Hello, hello, hello. Okay, good. Hello and welcome back to the Hydrogen Fuel Cells Europe here at the Hannovermesse 2022. My name is Miriam Buakas and I will hosting the next interview. If you wonder why we are repeating ourselves over and over again, it's also live streamed, so therefore for all the people that cannot be here, they can watch the talks remotely. Yes, so what are we going to talk about? There was actually a misunderstanding. The next talk will be about Intertek Hydrogen, total end-to-end quality, safety and sustainability solutions for the hydrogen industry. And please welcome on stage the Associate Director of Intertek, Sunny Minhas. Thanks for having you.
Yes, thanks for having me.
Please join us, dear audience. If you're not sitting yet, there's enough space. Have a coffee or something else to drink and relax and enjoy the talk. Before we start the interview, we would like to show a video of the company Intertek. So please watch the video up on the screen.
As companies continue their pursuit of low-carbon solutions and net zero objectives, hydrogen, a versatile, clean and safe energy carrier, is proving to be a vital element in the journey. As the hydrogen industry expands and develops, regulatory and safety challenges become more critical. Companies want partners who provide solutions to mitigate these risks and challenges on a global scale. Intertek Hydrogen provides total end-to-end quality, safety and sustainability assurance across the entire hydrogen value chain, from the early stages of project feasibility and product design, hydrogen production, delivery and storage, to end-use product compliance and certification. Hydrogen can be produced from a variety of sources, including fossil fuels such as natural gas and coal, as well as renewable sources such as hydropower, solar and wind. Intertek is in every sector, providing critical services such as risk assessment, auditing, product certification and environmental permitting. Safe storage and efficient distribution are vital links between production and end use, from asset integrity management and non-destructive testing to product design, tank certification and vendor inspection. We help minimize risks to personnel, communities and the environment. Hydrogen can be used as a clean and safe energy source for many end-use applications, such as heating and power generation, transportation, fertilizer production and even fuel for rockets. Intertek's services deliver the peace of mind that end users have come to expect. Intertek has been an integral partner in the energy industry for more than 130 years. Our trusted end-to-end solutions and pioneering innovations delivered by our global network of experts help maximize quality, minimize safety risks and ensure regulatory compliance. Through Intertek's unwavering support, global customers can successfully navigate the energy transition and achieve their net zero goals. Visit intertek.com/hydrogen to learn more.
Thank you very much for this video. We just saw a little explanation what Intertek is doing. However, can you still summarize in a short 2-sentence what is Intertek doing?
Yeah, absolutely. So Intertek is a global assurance testing, inspection, and certification company. So we're about 44,000, more than 44,000 employees, 1,000 offices around the globe. And we're in various different industries. So we're a notified body, we're an independent third party that can go in and help customers throughout the entire supply chain, whether it's on testing and certification, inspections, product design, helping them comply with local laws and regulatory requirements in various different industries.
So independent third party, making sure that the companies are doing their due diligence in general?
Yeah, in some respect, but also making sure that the products that are going out to the market are safe and meet standards that have been designed and published. So, in the hydrogen space, quality and safety is utmost importance, and we want to make sure that as the industry evolves, that there are partners like Intertek that can ensure that the products being installed and being used by the public are safe and are made of highest quality.
Before we get into the new platform you created, Intertek Hydrogen, still maybe for some of the people in the audience that are not so familiar with everything you do, the certification part, can you maybe give a very simple example from the household where you interact, where is your stake into it?
Yeah, so if we look at, let's use a product in your home. So if it's a vacuum that needs to, Dyson makes a vacuum and they will use Intertek to go through all the regulatory requirements, and we will certify it to make sure that it's safe. In a hydrogen example, if an electrolyzer manufacturer wants to develop an electrolyzer for the US market or the European market, Intertek will go in and identify all the codes and standards that apply. We can help them with the design phase, so making sure that they design it to compliance, that it meets all the codes and regulations, and then we do the testing. So as a third party, we go in and do the testing, and we are accredited, we're a notified body, so we can apply certification to that product, so that when it gets out to the market, when it goes to the end user, they know that this product has been reviewed by an independent third party, and that they can have confidence that it will be safe to install and use.
Yeah, I mean, several times during the talks the last 2 days, we've heard that standards and norms need to be installed, and it's still a young industry that depends on this. So now let's get into the platform you created, Intertek Hydrogen. Could you talk about a bit, because you just launched it last week actually,
Yes.
So it's brand new.
Yep.
Elaborate a bit, what is it exactly? What's the idea behind the Intertek Hydrogen platform?
Yeah, no, absolutely. So as we've been working in the hydrogen industry for a number of years, we've really been a part of our customers' projects and design. And what we've been hearing from our customers is that they want a true partner that can help them from end to end. Really get in there and help them design the product for compliance, looking at all the different risks that might be associated with that project, but then also go through their entire supply chain, looking at all their vendors, doing vendor surveillance, vendor inspection, and then at the end installation. You have to certify the system, you have to understand all the codes and regulations in that country. So the Intertek Hydrogen vision was really to create a platform where our customers are able to work with Intertek end to end and leverage our many different business lines that we have at Intertek. So we have, again, 44,000 employees. We do a lot of different things in different markets. So the idea was to consolidate that and align it under the Intertek Hydrogen brand. So when we approach customers and we're working with customers, we can provide that true end-to-end service, and that we can become a partner, a true partner for them for their entire hydrogen project, and really also their hydrogen strategy, and helping them understand where to move into, what industries to move into, and also what risks they'll have to face. And we try to help mitigate all those risks as they start developing their hydrogen strategy in their projects.
In the video, we also saw that you're quite an old company. You have a lot of experience. Do you also have these kind of platforms for other industries, or is it like a first for the hydrogen market?
No, so we have other, obviously we have other business lines, and we have other brands that we have in certain platforms. I think with Intertek Hydrogen, the uniqueness of it is that it's looking at quality, it's looking at safety, but then also sustainability. And that platform does require us to align so many different business groups at Intertek for that one shared vision, which is to create, and offer our customers a solution to ensure safety of their products. But we have to be able to do it as a team, and that's been the great part of creating this, is getting everyone aligned at our company, and really sharing that excitement everyone has at Intertek for hydrogen, and it's really top down from our leadership all the way down to our team members and our engineers that are in this business.
I think it sounds really great, and it's really also something that the market needs. You just launched it last week, so let's say I want to be part of it, be on this platform, collaborate with you. How does it work?
Yeah, it's, as it is with any project that we have, we usually work with customers to understand what their needs are and what the risks are that they're facing with their project. So any customer can reach out to us and say, I'm developing an electrolyzer, or I have a hydrogen plant that I want to, that we're working on. Maybe they need assistance on that front end design piece, so we can do design reviews, regulatory reviews, or they may need us to act as an owner's engineer with the project that they're doing. So it really depends on what phase they're in. We can be with them from the start, or we can come in a little bit later on where we work on certifying the system and testing it. We can also help them in their R&D stage, where we have other partners that in our network where we can do various different testing and test programs for their systems and components. So it really is up to the customer, but the platform is really creating that team and combined vision throughout Intertek. So really working with myself, and we have some other brand champions across the team, so that we can quickly align who we need to when we have these large-scale projects or even the smaller ones.
Okay, I'm looking at the audience for a moment if there are any questions from your side. If not, I will continue. However, have a seat, grab some refreshment. So who are your customers?
So it ranges. It's oil and gas majors. So we're working with various different oil and gas majors on existing real projects that they're already working on. Also working with them to understand what type of products and projects they want to do in the future, all the way down to tier 1 and tier 2 suppliers and manufacturers. So it could be an automotive company that is looking to test and certify some of their equipment and components, and then also new innovative companies. So we're working, that's one of the great parts of what we do, is that we get in and help companies understand what that environment is for them and get them across the finish line. So it is a big risk for them if they don't know what they're doing when it comes to safety and quality codes and standards. So using Intertek on that front end piece really helps to clear up what needs to be done, and then us getting their product or their project out to market much quicker than it normally would be.
You mentioned that you're already also doing other industries, of course. So can you talk about your commitment to the hydrogen industry?
Yeah, absolutely. So Intertek has been in the energy industry for over 130 years. So we are, committed to help our customers in any part of the energy transition. So what we've been doing at Intertek over the last few years is developing programs. We have a sustainability team and a sustainability certification. We're developing some hydrogen sustainability programs as well. And really what we're now doing is looking at different regions and adding more resources and more technical expertise as well. So our leadership team is supporting this from top down. So they see the opportunity, but they also see the need for what we do, and working with me and the team that I have, it's been really eye-opening at how much support we're getting at Intertek, but also from our customers. This is this brand or this platform that we've launched. We've got a very good. It's been received extremely well from our customers and even new clients, because they have so many pain points that they have to basically reach out to multiple companies to help them. Whereas now we try to keep it all under the Intertek umbrella, but then if needed, we can go out and reach out to our network of experts as well and bring them in to really give them that full service solution.
So you bundle it up, so that's really good, end to end, as you mentioned it. How long did it take you from the idea of creating this Intertek Hydrogen platform to now actually launching it last week?
Yeah, so it's I would say probably between 6 months to a year, because we were working on multiple projects and multiple ideas of what we wanted to do, but really it was just an idea we had one day where someone kind of was talking to us about it, and they said, look, you guys do a lot in hydrogen, and then the idea was, well, let's really come out and show the industry in the world that we are global experts, and we are committed to this. So, there was a lot of, we had to strategize on how we wanted to roll it out, what services that we truly could offer our customers under our ATIC model, so assurance, testing, inspection, and certification. So anywhere between 6 months to a year, but got rolled out, launched last week. So we're kind of doing our launch at multiple shows and events as well.
So what was the biggest challenge in developing the platform? Was it, the assessment of the knowledge that you have? Was it to find where you want to go in the future? What was the biggest challenge for you?
I think the biggest challenge is because Intertek is such a big company. What we wanted to make sure we did was we didn't just throw everything on the wall and say, yeah, we can do all of this. We wanted to be very clear on where we have experts and developing the different service model that we created, but then also ensuring that we understand where our gaps were and then closing those gaps before we were able to launch the product. So it was, and it was other stuff too. It's just, as the hydrogen industry has been growing exponentially, we are involved in a lot of these projects. So just finding the time to really execute and bring it to the finish line, did take some time. But aligning everyone and in a big company sometimes can be a little bit difficult. But the passion that we have at the company for hydrogen did make my job easier, to be totally honest. And I think we're at a stage now where the entire team and the entire company is aware of what we need to do to really go move ahead safely into the future and move the technology safely into the future.
Nice, so that's really promising. Looking at the time, maybe one last question. You're coming to the fair since 2017. What changes did you see so far?
Yeah, I've been coming since 2017, and I think this year is probably the biggest. I think it's about 50% bigger than it has been in previous years. The changes, I think the commitment from larger companies is here, and we're seeing a lot more innovative products and even large-scale projects getting to past the feasibility stage or almost past the feasibility stage. So talking to customers and seeing what projects are online and what projects are upcoming, the scale of it has changed. And that's really the positive that I see. And then also all these new and innovative products, the supply chain is starting to get better. It's definitely not where it needs to be, but we're starting to see other industries take their products and try to build components for the hydrogen industry. And what I love seeing is that you have well-established companies that might be in the industrial industry or in the oil and gas industry building components, now looking at ways of helping the hydrogen supply chain. So we see that also with our customers because we're part of their design R&D and the testing that we do for them. So that's been great. And it's, I think what's happening globally is really pushing people to get out there and really ensure that we can have a sustainable solution in the future. And we're seeing that at these conferences with the commitment from all these companies to attend.
Thank you so much for being here today. A big round of applause for Sunny Minhas.